They're doing the Ghusl inshallah. Inshallah. So, remember we all are very good with this. Allah Pak help us to prepare for the day inshallah.
Salatu wassalamu alayka ya Rasulullah wa ala alika wa sahabika ya Habiballah. Alhamdulillah, many of us may find we're having a situation where friends or family or someone passes away. So we will learn inshallah how to perform the ghusl and also to tie the coffin. At the same time, inshallah, we must realize also that there are some cases where a person is brought to the ghusl khana for ghusl. But there are situations where, for example, there's an accident on a freeway or somewhere where there's a lot of noise, and then the paramedics come out there and they check for heartbeat, and they find that the person doesn't have a heartbeat, and they pronounce him, the person, deceased. So like that, you have situations where they come to the ghusl khana, and when you feel for a heartbeat, you actually find a heartbeat. Then immediately we call the doctors in. We have our pressure machine with, then we check their pressure, we check their sugar. It's possible, Dr. Saab is here, that the person may be in a coma, and or because of the noise of the freeway or so, where this person supposedly passed away, did not pass away. So there are situations. I just spoke to one of my friends. Alhamdulillah, we've been doing ghusl for the last about 35 years. And it comes any time of the day, any time of the night. So we will call out 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, any time during the day, during working hours as well. So Alhamdulillah, there is not many people that know how to do ghusl, and Alhamdulillah, for all the years that we have been doing, we made every ghusl for a deceased a lesson, so that people learn all the time. So inshallah, we will practically do it and try to come so that you can see clearly, and if you need to stand at the back to be able to see, then do that, but don't miss out on the lesson. So inshallah, if the situation arises, obviously first check that obviously the person has passed away, or you can revive him. Alhamdulillah, you can Google how to revive a person and so, but right now we're just talking about the ghusl. Right? So yeah, actually sometimes what happens is the person passes away and the hearse guys come, they do the ghusl, everything, and put the person in the kawastan, and they say we'll organize the certificate later. That is very, very bad, because nobody has certified the person dead. So you need a doctor to come, a paramedic or so to come and say, make sure, and then you give a death certificate also. So if you got buried, and after burying, they find out you haven't certified this person dead, they can actually dig up that grave. And they can dig it up a day later, a week later, a month later, however time, to ensure and know what and then they can turn around and say that you actually murdered the person. So it's very, very important that you call a doctor out there or a paramedic so that they can certify the person who has passed away. Okay? So when you go to the hospital or the house and the person has definitely passed away, remember in short time the body will become stiff. So you need to put the legs together. If possible, tie the 2 toes together so that the 2 legs will be stuck together, and when the person gets cold, it will be in that position. Put the 2 hands on the side. If the mouth is open, then try to pull the head forward, and you can tie a scarf or something like that, or a string or a scarf, not too tight. But we've heard that, even a fly sitting on a person is as if a mountain is on it. So even if a person has passed away, you have to treat that body with utmost respect, and at the same time ensuring that you do not hurt the person. in our situation, there's a lot of times that people, when they place the body on the ground in the house, what they do is they place the body with the feet facing Qibla. So in your living time also, you don't live with the feet facing Qibla. So we spoke to Mufti Abdul Nabi Hamidi about it, and he said that's not the correct way. You face the feet like how you sleep. You know, your feet is Qibla is this way, then face the feet that way. You know, when you sleep, you turn your right, you face your feet that way. So like that, you can place the body. But at the same time, there's no recording of the fact that you cannot face the feet Qibla. So don't go fight with people. If those people don't know, they're ignorant about it, so don't make an argument and don't fight about it. Please remember, in the situation where people are deceased, the families are grieving, and you've got to be very kind and mindful that you do not hurt anybody's feelings. So Alhamdulillah, firstly, what we will do is, we will show you how to do the ghusl. Okay? So can we have somebody that would like to come and lay down so that we can do it practically, inshallah. Okay? Lay here. Or if you want to lay that way. Yeah, but then, no, first we'll, okay, first we will do the washing. Okay.
Can you pull that a little bit front?
Yeah, we can.
Pull it a little bit front. Yeah. Yeah. That is long.
Yeah, so we're going to place the body like
That way, yeah. Yeah. So ideally, we'll put two dots underneath. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so for now, we're not going to put the person on the cloths before the ghusl. The person will lay into the bath, right? Now, first of all, before you do the ghusl of the person, it is desirable that you have wudu. But if you don't have wudu also, you can still do the ghusl, condition that you have ghusl. So remember, first learn the faraz of ghusl, which is 3 faraz. Washing the mouth. Obviously, whenever you eat, try and use a toothpick to clean your mouth, brush your teeth so that it's clean, because a lot of times food ferments in your mouth. What happens? What happens? It starts smelling, and then you greet somebody and that smell is there. Even a person that's not well also, they must always, when they finish eat, to brush or help them to brush or something like that. Okay, so basically one of the faraz of ghusl, the 3 faraz of ghusl, one is to wash your mouth nicely, gargle like that, so that the water goes to your throat as well. 2 is washing of the nose. Wash, blow your nose so that your nose is clean. Use your small finger and clean inside the nose nicely, and sniff water into your nose so that you can feel the water burning in your nostrils, but basically to wash your nose. And the 3rd is to wash your entire body from the head to the toe, and making sure that every hair is wet. At least 2 drops of water run over your body will be better. So basically every hair has to be wet, and don't put your hand in the water before you start. First wash your hands so that you don't make the water used water. So be very careful also to make ghusl for the person. Firstly, in your case, you have to have ghusl, and secondly, when you're making ghusl for the person, you wash your hand. Better for you to make wudu, right? So that if your hand goes into the water, that water doesn't become used. Okay? So be careful also. A lot of times there's buckets, and you have people assisting you in the ghusl. And when they are assisting you in your ghusl, they carry the bucket, or they bring it there, the jug, and the hand goes in the water. Now that person may not know how to do ghusl. So what he did, he contaminated the water. He made that water use water. You're going to do the ghusl with the water, but that water is not good enough for ghusl. You're going to send the person in the cupboard all ghusl. You understand? So you have to be very, very careful about the water. Now you being the person in charge must see all this, making sure that nobody goes near the water unnecessarily. You got to take it like this person doesn't know. Doesn't mean he's got a mama and he got a kurta, now he's okay. He may not know how to make ghusl also. So you are the person in charge, you must see that it's done properly, right? Okay. So the person will be laying down. Okay.
Right.
So we have the hands, as we said. Yeah. Is it okay? Okay. So we remember we are having the feet together because we at the hospital or wherever we found the person deceased, we put the hands on the side, the feet together, and we lifted the head and we tied something to close the mouth, right? So when we get to the ghusl khana, first what we do is we remove the clothing. When we're removing the clothing, remember we're doing ghusl for a male. Your sattar is from your navel to below the knee. So ensure that at least the navel is covered and knee a little extra, so that we don't make a mistake. A lot of times we've noticed that people look underneath, which is not allowed. So anyway, what we do is we remove the clothing. If we can't get the clothing off easily, the family members who are there, for instance, if it's the father and the son is there, please don't go to cut the clothing without permission. Ask their permission because that is inheritance also. So ask permission, can I cut the clothing because it's difficult to take it out. You don't want to stretch the guy's hand over, whatever, right? So basically we cut out the clothing or we take the clothing nicely out. So we take out the kurta, we take out the pants. When we are taking out the pants or the kurta, before that we take one sheet and we cover. So we cover navel to knee. You don't have to have the whole chest covered. Just like that, basically over the navel, over the knee. Right? That's done. We remove the clothing. So now we will
material that's covering the mayat, if it's very visible, is allowed to use the dark color as well.
Very important. What we do is normally we use like a jean kind of material. That jeans. Yeah?
Like a towel.
Yeah, or a towel, yeah. A thick kind of material. Yeah. Okay. So basically what we do first is we have one person on the right and one person on the left, holding the person under the neck. Holding the person under the neck. And Madini will use his left hand, Ziyad will use, Mulana will use his right hand, and then you will lift the person and you will press the stomach. So if there is any number 2, it will come out, right? So you will press it one time, right? Nicely from the top, you will press it down like that direction, and then you will lower the body right down, and then you will raise the body again, and you will press again 3 times or so to let it come out, right? Now when doing this here, that's the time you should actually open the legs so that if anything is there, it will come out, right? First time and the second time and third time we'll do it again. Lift again. We're doing it practically so you remember it, right? Okay. So after that we lower it now. After this now what we're going to do is we're going to wash the private parts, right? So remember now there's no clothing underneath. So you will use your left hand on that side. One person will lift the leg, the left leg, he will lift the leg. Remember, if there are people on that side, you got to make sure this person cannot cover his sattar. You covering his sattar. So you got to ensure that nobody looks under and nobody is in that side of the ghusl khana that they can look under. So lift the leg on the wash on the left leg. You will lift the left leg, and now preferable If it's the son, if it's a father and the son is present, then get the son to do the washing. Or if it's the son and the father is present, get the father to do the washing. But you got to check that cotton wool is clean. So firstly, you will lift and you will take the cotton wool in your hand and you will wash like how you wash yourself. For number 2, you will wash that area, right? Lift the leg up nicely, right? Now nobody's on that side. It doesn't matter, you all are there, but anyway. So he will not look underneath. He will put his hand underneath and he'll wash, right? And then he will wash 3 times or more, and he'll check the cotton wool to see that it's clean, right? And if the cotton wool is clean, it's fine. Now you take soap and you water on the cotton wool and you put soap, and then you wash again to make sure it's properly clean. You wash the private part in the front and you wash the back, like how you wash deeply inside when you go to the toilet. You will do the same. So if you do that about 3 times or so with the soap, then after that take again last time the cotton wool and water and clean. There are situations where it's a cancer patient or so. So no matter how much you wash, because the stool is just leaking continuously. So you will wash as much as possible. If you see you can't go any further, then you will make a lump and you will stuff cotton wool there. So you will clean as best possible and you will stuff it there to make sure that it stays over there. What we sometimes do also is, if the situation, we get a lot of different situations. So put a plastic underneath so that if anything leaks, it doesn't show out on the kafan. You don't go to the. But it's rare cases, but it doesn't. Okay, and then after washing on this side, then you will lift the side here, and you will do the same on this side to wash this side. Right? So now we realize and we know that we have washed the person's private part, and then it's clean. Now there are some situations where they would like to do the soaping first, and others where we do the ghusl first. I prefer the ghusl first. So you make the intention of making ghusl for the person, and then you wash the right hand and you wash the left hand. So practically, now remember, if you're using a bucket, remember the water must be lukewarm, right? It mustn't be hot. So you're washing the hands nicely, between the fingers nicely. Make sure also on these creases of your knuckles, wash nicely, rub nicely, right? So you're washing like how you made wudu for yourself, for a living person. You will wash above the wrist, right? So you did that day. Now what's the next step after washing, making your wudu? After making wudu for yourself, what is the next step? The next step is the mouth. So you take 3 cotton wools, you will open the mouth, and you will wash the mouth, and you will clean the teeth. Like how you will clean your mouth nice and clean. So clean the mouth, clean the teeth. Okay? Also remember something, when you're doing ghusl, by law, you're supposed to have nothing. And also, by law, you're supposed to have an apron on, and you're supposed to have a mask. So please abide by the rules. Because if you are not abiding by the rules, the authorities will come and take over you. Because you not live the right. Okay? So whether people are there or not there, whatever, you do what is correct. We don't want problems. So okay, now you will wash the mouth. Yeah, you will wash the mouth and the teeth nicely 3 times, and you will wet the cotton before drinking. So that's your. After washing your mouth, what's the next thing that you do in wudu? Wash your nose. So you take cotton wool like this. You make 3 pieces like this. You rub it together like this. So you go onto the right nostril and you will clean the nice nostril. Put the cotton wool inside nicely. Make it about that long, so that you know you're getting it nicely. And clean it nicely. Find some snot and whatever there. Clean it out, right? Make sure it's clean. On the right nostril, 3. On the left nostril, 3. If you require more, do more. Okay, but make sure it's clean. Use water. What is that?
use water, you put water on the bottom, you soak it, right?
Soak it.
You wash it. Okay. After that, you take your hand and somebody helps you, you collect water and you put water over the face 3 times, right? Then after washing the face, what's the next thing that you do in wudu? You wash the hands up to the over the elbow. So the same, you wash like that, making sure you're pouring, but you're also rubbing, so that it's going. And also be very careful when you're using gloves in the mouth. Be careful your gloves doesn't get torn. In the case of AIDS patients, we come to know that person has AIDS. We take extra precaution. Sometimes we use thicker gloves or double gloves. Okay. Okay. So what we said now, wash it. The hands over the elbow, right? Also the creases here, make sure you wash it properly. The right hand, and then we wash it. The left hand over the elbow as well, right? After you do the elbow, the 2 arms, what's the next thing that you do in wudu? You do masa. So you will take water and you will make masa over the head, like how you do normally, like that, over like this here, on the thing behind the head like this, and then there's difference that some wipe on themselves and some don't, right? But anyway, after you finish the masa, then you will go next. What do we do next after? So wash the feet. Which foot first? The right foot. Okay. So you will wash the right foot and make sure if anybody is assisting you, make sure that you are watching. If they are washing and not you, you make sure that you are watching, checking that everything is being done properly. Don't take it for granted. You washed it. Underneath the heel, make sure you are rubbing underneath the water soaks in there. So both the right leg and the left leg, right? After we finish there now, we will pour water onto the right side 3 times, right? So when you're pouring from here onto the right side, so here this thing is covered now, so you flush water underneath, okay? You flush water underneath, and then you come from the bottom, you flush water underneath as well, right to the bottom. And then on the left side, you will do the same. You will wash the left side, you flush water underneath here, and from there you flush water underneath as well, right down to the foot. That is done now. Now you will take the body and you will tilt it. You will tilt the body, right? So you are ensuring that water is going everywhere, okay?
Yeah.
So you're washing the back here, right? On the right hand side, right down to the end. Flush it water underneath, and then you bring it down. You do 3 times there, and then you turn to the other side, and then you wash again, right? Making sure that washing only doesn't help. You got to rub there wherever it is. Sometimes the skin is dry. You got to wash nicely, and then flush from the bottom also, and then wash down to, as if you haven't washed the front, you wash the back, so that part of the front also get done. After you did that now, then you start from the head, and you wash from the head right down, making sure you are washing and turning the head to the right, to the left, and making sure water gets to the back of the head everywhere nicely. After that, you know now I have completed the ghusl. Just as a precaution, what I do and I advise people to do is they have a hose at the ghusl time. For some reason, if somebody put their hand in the bucket, so we take that hose and we hose the entire body, turning right, turning left, washing the back with the hose again. So I know for myself, if for some reason somebody put their hand in the bucket, I got the ghusl done with the hose, right? So I'm sending that person nicely into the cupboard. After this year, what we do is we soak the whole body. So we soak the head, soak the face, and we soak the whole body. When it comes to the private parts, we will cotton wool again and wash at the back. Turn the body to the right, soak the whole back. Turn the body to the left, soak as well. In that way, we know right through between the toes also, under heels, between your soap, and we wash it nicely as if you are having a bath yourself. Imagine that that person is going to cover. That person is not going to meet anybody ordinary. He's going to meet the angels. That person is going to meet Rasulullah. So make sure he is properly clean when you send him off. Okay? Okay, so the ghusl is done. So now you take the two towels. You will take the towels and you will wipe him. Right? Don't rub the towel, dab the towel. Right? So that you're not causing any harm, problem or something like that. Right? So dab the towel and then you put the towel over the satar cover and you pull the satar cover out. Be careful when you pull the satar cover out, the towel won't come out at the same time. Okay? You must remember, one person must be in charge. He's the Amir there, he must make, don't rely on somebody else. Pull the cover, pull the towel thing out, and then pull that and the body's naked. No. You make sure you hold that thing, hold the satar and then let him take it out nicely.
Yeah.
You make sure you're doing the right thing. Otherwise, you are sinful. That person is not sinful, you are sinful.
Yeah.
The deceased is not sinful. So anyway, now it's done. You dry the whole body, you put the clean cloth over. Right. Now we will take the kurta. Okay, so now we're going to place the body now from the bath. We will take the body and place the body on the
Floor.
on the floor.
On the table.
Normally, what we do is in the ghusl khana, normally what we do is we wipe the whole bath. Turn the body to the left, turn the body to the right, and we wipe the entire bath. So the bath is clean and dry. Okay?
When I did Ghusl for my father,
Eh?
I did Ghusl for my father. The guys, they just kept it wet. And they put the piece of cloth and covered it. It was wrong what they did.
You see, it's not comfortable.
It's not comfortable.
Yeah, there's no gunah in it that we never tried the person or something like that. But it's not comfortable. So like how a person, living person, drives himself to the house in the same way. Right? So now we will cut the kafan. Now look at my kurta, right? You will imagine that we will cut the kafan so that we'll have a small slit coming down here, right? And when we slit from here to there and here to make like a opening so that we can
This cover
we can get the neck in, right? Small slit on top. Huh? Double layer. Yeah, it's a double layer like the kurta. Let's open it up and show them first. Right, let's see as it. You see? There is a double layer. This one here is called the kurta. So, okay, so we have it like this here. See? The length of it, normally the ghusl khanas have ready kafan, but if you take it also and you check that from there, just below the knee is fine. If it's longer, alhamdulillah.
Is that right?
Right?
Start.
It's as much as that. It also depends on the size of the person.
The cover from above the leg is.
It's fine, it's fine.
The other thing is that you do ghusl first and then wash the body. But you have to wash the body and then ghusl and then go.
Yeah, either way, but I would suggest that the best way to do is make the intention of ghusl from the start.
From the start.
So whether you're making soap first and then ghusl, or you're making ghusl first and then soap, both ways you make intention of ghusl, right? So whatever water connected to the part of the ghusl. This is called the qamis. So basically,
terminology like
so basically what we're looking at is that we wet the entire body. Like Molan Tabriz one time told me, we take that body in the sea and take it out. Done. ghusl is done. Okay, we take him and put him in a pool of water that's clean and out. It's done, it's done. Not a small pool of water, nice big pool of water. Why this is very important also? You know what happened in Gaza? How many bodies had to be washed? Give a person, or we don't know if it is. We don't know it is coming to us. So as Muslims, we must know how to do ghusl, how to bury our deceased, and it is best that the children do for the father instead of other people. Because another thing is, you're not supposed to talk about what happened in the ghusl khana, which is not nice. For example, personal healing, or person they're looking so, you're looking so terrible, his face got smashed, whatever. All those kind of things are not supposed, only good things. And I know for all the years that I've been to ghusl, there's many cases that a person came to the ghusl without a smile. And I actually mentioned to the people, can you see he's not smiling? Because I know what's going to happen. And when we are going through the ghusl or to the end, you will actually see the cheeks lift with a smile.
Subhanallah.
How pleased and happy the person is. We made ghusl for father and son. The child must have been about 9 or 10 years old. Both father and son. You all don't know him, so alhamdulillah, I can speak about it. Both were bruised very badly. But into the ghusl khana when they came, father and son, broad smile. Like we gave them some kind of trophy or something. You can't believe the smile. Some people, their mouth don't close. How much you try, it doesn't. But broad smile and the teeth is showing, like you can't imagine what did this person go through so well to be able to smile so much. Alhamdulillah.
So we can lay this.
Okay.
Does he have to lay on it?
Right. So now can we ask somebody from you all to do this whole thing again? That's how well it should come.
Any volunteers?
Yes.
No.
Okay. We'll try to finish.
Late already.
Okay, so now we will put the cloth over. Remember now that the sattar is also covered here. Sure. Remember the shawl must be all the time. Navel to knee, to over the knee must be covered all the time, right? Okay, now we put that. Another thing that you must remember also, that inside the kafan is very, very hot, right? It's very hot inside the kafan. So if when we are doing ghusl, aircon full blast, otherwise fan on the body. When we take the body to the house, don't think you leave the body like that. Aircon if you got full blast. If you don't have windows open, fan on, the body must be kept cool all the time. If you keep the body too long, what happens? The body starts fermenting and smelling, and then you attract a lot of flies like you have bees on. Okay? So make sure that the room is nice and cool. If the house is hot and you can't keep the house in the thing, then if you have to go to the house, in and out, finish. Just for a few minutes, if you have to, dua whatever and go. Don't cause problem, for the deceased. Okay? Okay, we will put the left over and the.
Can you just go through the 3 layers?
Okay. So we have.
So there's 3 parts to the meals kafan. 3 parts. The first one here, we lay the double layer down. We lay 1 layer, 1 big layer, a second layer over, and then this that we call the qameez. So there's terms for each of these in fact. One is the bottom one is called lifafa, next one is izar, and this one here is the qameez. So the qameez goes right up top because that's where we're going to place the layer. Then underneath the qamis, there's already a izar, that's another cloth, covering from head to toe. That is down, and underneath that there's a lifafa also covering from head to toe, that is down. Sometimes the lifafa is slightly bigger than the izar, meaning the bottom is slightly bigger and slightly smaller than the qamis. Otherwise, even if they're the same length, it doesn't matter as long as it is covering head to toe completely. So now we have that bottom layer, second layer, and then the qamis is the shirt or the kurta, you can say. So that has been placed, and when it was placed down, we opened the qamis so that we can place the maid, and then we laid the top over, at all times covering the center of the maid or the aura of the maid, and then it has been placed such that his head can come out from the top, from the neck piece. Now is the time to fold the kafan. Okay. Aura is underneath here. That is going to be removed soon.
Just put it practically
But it's going to be removed soon. Now, when we want to remove that one for now, we could hold something else over because the qamis is quite thin.
Yes.
So it will be underneath the qamis. But then I need one for top.
Then we'll take it out.
No, I need for top also. So even if it's covered here, and then we place the qamis over. Now when we're covering, when we're going to fold, we can place another one over just for good coverage, and then pull the bottom out, one out.
Okay.
For now the layer is still quite thin, so it is visible through. So it's better not to have it completely open, right? Now we're going to have to fold, and when we are folding the kafan, the kafan has to be wrapped now.
Okay, then we said it's thin.
Right. So now we're going to have to fold the kafan, and when we're folding the kafan, so you're going to have to fold side to side because you see kafan is usually straight against the person's body. Now there's a general rule of folding, and to make it easy to remember, how can you remember? Your salah position, when you stand in salah, what do we place first? Left hand and then right hand over. So that's the method we're going to do. We're going to consider where's the maid's left side. So let's say on this example, we have this is the left side. So you'll try to fold over here, and then you'll fold the other one over this way. Alright? Then we're going to go to the next layer.
Folding, this becomes thicker.
So we can see.
That becomes thicker, and this one becomes thicker. So you're going to take that certain cover out and
Once it's covered well enough.
making sure all the cloths are big enough, right?
Now next layer.
So next layer, what you're going to do is you're going to take one layer, you're going to hold it like this, pull it tight, and then you will start folding it. It's like this here, slowly, like this here. You fold it, and then you bring it across. Okay, you bring it across. You're going to make sure the feet are together. You're going to push this underneath here. Okay, then push it underneath and hold it. Hold it together here. Then we will do the same on this side, making sure we pull it nicely and we tuck it in properly, right? We don't have to cover the face now. We're still going to deal with the face. Okay? So make sure it is nice and straight. What we do is we just pull it here a little bit like that, so it becomes nice and neat. Right? Kafan is nice and neat. Okay. Now we're going to go over again. Right? Don't take over the face. Just go over like that. Right? We will keep the face area open so that we are still going to put surma, we're going to put attar.
I just wanted to ask, like, for example, now this is a Mayyit can't speak, right? For himself, male or female, right? But Mullah Rahman Sahib, are you feeling any pain as this is being done to you right now? Can you feel any pressure on your toes, on your body?
Yeah, the feet I feel like it's being pressed a bit down.
Yeah, so keep it.
Imagine you're zinda hai, the murda hai, to bol nahi
Correct,
sakta.
correct.
I was just thinking about feeling, I'm trying to feel the pain.
Very smart. What an excellent thought, alhamdulillah. So try and keep it a bit loose, right? Okay.
Now the third layer, same left side first.
And pull it down. Pull the whole kafan down. Pull all this here. So more down like that. Right? Remembering that this, when the person is being tied in the kafan, you can ask Rahman, it becomes very hot inside. Okay? We did this quite a few times, so we know how people felt inside. Huh? So make sure that the place is nice and cool. Right? Again like that, pull it downwards like this, so we go down. Again, bring it up here, and we tuck it in properly, right? And then here we make sure we pull it like this here, so that it's all nice and straight. Okay? So here we get a piece like cloth of like a string, like a belt. One piece like this here, of this here. The cover that we will cut one piece, and then we will tie it over here, right? And then another one we will take and we will push it underneath from where Mawlana Ziyad is, from approximately where the navel is, we bring it through here, and then we make a, not a knot, we make a bow, right? And then from here now, what we will do is, we will comb the hair, clean the hair. If you want to put a topi on, that's why we clean it, but make the person nice and presentable. Imagine you are now blessing not to go and meet Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, right? So the best that you can do, and you're going to put surma on the eyes. So 3 times on the right, 3 times on the left, nicely, and then attar, see? Yeah, sandal, you mix the sandal that you get in the Ghusl that you mix it and you place it on the forehead. Mawlana, you know what's the reason for the sandal? As we think that it's a very good fragrance, yes, good smell, right? And then you put attar onto the face, if you can, onto the side, whatever, and you can pour some attar onto the.
Because if you put mixing it with the sandal, it will become visible.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it will make you not mushabeh with the other people, non-Muslims, they put too much white there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, as far as possible is to put attar onto the kafan itself. So like on the sides here, on the sides, and maybe on the beard.
Sandal, yeah, even the fragrance of the sandal lasts longer. Lasts very long compared to normal.
Sandal powder is
Okay, masala ये देखिए मुसलमान खाने में कई बड़ी बातें हैं। Okay, तो बड़े पहले चल लगा। नाम अच्छी मोटे पर। अगर वो को लगा के चलेगा।
So what we said, we're going to place the body like this here, right? Facing, not Qibla, in
face
the
north,
Right. It's right.
south, east.
But he's
That's
right.
right. This way. This thing powers that.
We're going to pray to that.
चेहरा जो है किबले की तरफ होना चाहिए.
Yeah, if the person. Also, another thing is, you can open it.
Yeah, open it.
Oh, another thing is when we go into the cupboard, if we facing,
If I may just quickly share Abdul's advices also, before covering the face itself, that with the Shahada finger, the index finger, one should write Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim on the forehead. On the chest, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Near the heart, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Between the navel and the chest, Ya Ghawth Azam Dastagir radiyallahu anhu. Ya Imam Abu Hanifa radiyallahu anhu, Ya Imam Ahmad Raza radiyallahu anhu, Ya Sheikh Ziauddin radiyallahu anhu, and write Medina, Medina, Medina from above the navel to the head. The Shahada finger should be done. Yeah, on the chest it will be La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim on the forehead.
now when you place the body in the cupboard, right? So the body must be placed like this here, chest facing to Qibla, right? And we should take some sand and make a pillow underneath the head. So the head sits like its leg on the pillow. Okay? And we make a small groove into the cupboard on the right hand side of the cupboard. You make a small groove where the body sits in, and the back you put sand so the body doesn't tilt. If you have to, what we normally do is put our hand underneath and pull slightly underneath so the body leans over like that, the body doesn't fall. So you cover the sand, then you start from the top, putting the planks right through. If there's 3 people, then 2 people come on until you the last one, and you tuck and groove planks right to the end, you climb on top and you do the end of it. So please, now you have learned the system. So inshallah, when you're going, even if you're not doing the Ghusl, you can advise.
This thing to call them.
Sorry, Azhar.
Oh yes.
They open the knot.
Yes. The whole three strings that are tied, we must open those whole three strings.
But that person you forget to open one string.
Jay?
It is by mistake you see one string.
Yeah,
No, it's okay.
it's forgotten, it's forgotten.
Huh?
Yeah. If you forgot, you forgot. But this time, try and be mindful of what you're doing.
It's also very
Yeah.
beneficial.
You go for a walk,
In front
you
of the
can't go
face,
Yeah.
you take
You
a
go for a mark.
photo on the wall of the grave.
I forgot to
Then
do
you
even
put in
one
the
string.
ahadnama,
If you
put
got to,
in
Shajara Sharif of the person as well.
Nothing will-
And Amir Sunnat says that one special ta'weez also goes in there with that, in that groove, to help the deceased.
Then Mala, I don't think everyone heard what Mala said. I think go ahead, Mala.
So
Please bring that.
After you make the body lean towards the right, facing to the Qibla, and in front of the face, on the wall of the grave, you will make a groove, you'll dig inside there, and you'll put in certain things. If you have any tabarrukat, like Bal Mubarak or sand from Medina Tayyibah, you can put that in there. There's a special ta'weed, Amir al-Sunnat says we should put in there. Ahad Nama as well, we should put in there. Amir Sunnat says if you have a picture of the green dome, Naqsh Na'alini Park as well, we should put these in there. Yasin Sharif, Surah Mulk as well, and the Shajara Sharif of the individual, put it inside there and cover it up. So this will help.
What Maulana said, alhamdulillah, happy that he said it also. In that, our Hafiz Riyaz also mentioned that don't put any kalam of Allah on the body. What he is saying very nicely is that you make a groove into the ground on the side and you put it in there and you cover it. Because after some days, the body, the head burst, the stomach burst, all that, and then it will be disrespecting the kalam of Allah or the tabarrukat that you put. The other way of doing also is to put it above the timber after you put the planks.
Of course, there's also afterwards is adhan, of course, and that's talqeen. Talqeen should be done by sitting there by the head side, and there is in Arabic what is to be done, that you are reminding the person that don't forget that you used to follow the Quran and Allah Azza wa Jalla is your Lord. That will help them regarding the questions that are going to be asked in the grave.
Also, another thing is, I think everyone has seen everything that happened. Very quickly, are there any questions? Ji.
Especially for the ladies, we have a marham, like for the ladies, when you go to grave, only the son or the father or somebody can go
No.
inside. Grave. That times many people they don't have families. Yeah.
For ladies, no man is allowed to do ghusl. Men don't do ghusl. Lowering into the qabr. Yes, with regards to ladies, the
Many
best.
people they don't have the families here. There are very few people.
So the best with regards to lowering the ladies into the qabr is their own mahram relatives, for them to go and place them down in the qabr. Yes, husband as well, it's not disallowed, but it's preferable that you do have mahram relatives that are going to touch against the shape of the body,
The
etc.
husband is also allowed.
It's not haram for the husband to carry the
Glass
maid.
option.
Or mother you
Is
can
that glass? Not glass.
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
Something
it's
glass.
still sort of better than complete.
So
strength.
if there's not enough mahram,
Then-
the husband
then
is better.
yes.
But what
There
happens
is
in
a-
many cases, the maharim are holding the husband. They're not going
See-
themselves, they're holding the husband because they're stopping him from going in the
See, this is also a
And the very
misconception. that
mahram
people have.
inside, they're
Yes.
holding, putting.
Yeah, no, that doesn't make sense. Mahram
Very
is
good
standing
point.
behind holding the
Very
husband.
emotionally, he can't go in
That
the
he mustn't go, and غير mahrams are placing her down.
Yeah.
So you rather have maharim. Mahram means some non-marriageable relative that goes down and places. If you don't have an option, you don't have an option of any mahram relative. Now that means غير maharim are going to go down. But they need to take as much care as possible, not to have as less contact with the body as possible. Usually, mashallah, there's a nice system of ropes that they tend to use to lower mayyit into the qabr, so that system can be used. Most of the people who work with the burial societies, they'll usually assist with that.
But the touching point is clarified one time.
Yeah.
Mufti Abdul Nabi mentioned that just because nobody must have a doubt in their mind, a husband should not touch skin to skin, as Muftis have explained. But if it's over the coffin and there was a situation where you have to carry, there's nothing wrong.
The husband is allowed to carry the janazah. There's nothing wrong with the husband carrying the janazah. All right. Sometimes this is a misconception. People feel husband cannot carry janazah. That's not correct.
Other, when you lift the left leg, you said 3 times, clean with the left hand. So when you're doing right, again with the right side also 3 times, front and back, clean.
3 is just recommended. It is allowed to do until you see, or you should do until you don't see any najasa remaining. If it takes more than 3 to ensure that the najasa is clear, then you'll do more than 3.
You're waiting for us upstairs,
Ladies will do ladies ghusl, men will do men's ghusl. So men won't be doing ghusl for ladies won't do ghusl for men. Men won't do ghusl even if it's his wife or his sister or his mother, he won't do ghusl. Ladies will do ghusl, and same with men. For men will do ghusl. Yes, there are times of extreme need, there's some more technical masail, but I think it's sufficient now for us to know that men will do men's ghusl and ladies will do ladies ghusl.
And also, alhamdulillah, in Ramadan we are planning again to do the same ghusl classes, inshallah. So if you can keep in contact with Mulana Ziyad and whoever else in the family wants to join the classes, they will keep in contact with Mulana Ziyad. Everybody did everyone like the lesson? Did everyone learn?